Have you ever wondered whether we can communicate with people who have passed away? The answer is yes. And in today's video, I'm going to tell you about a couple of experiences I had that will hopefully make you believe that we can, in fact, communicate with people who have passed on. My name is Celeste. I'm a writer, comedian, and brain coach, and I'm excited to share this story with you because none of us know what happens, obviously, after we die. We have lots of ideas, but nobody knows for sure. And therefore, people aren't sure if we can communicate with people who have passed on. But I've always believed that we could. I grew up in a funeral home, and death was very much a topic of conversation in our house for several reasons. And I've always believed we have the ability. Just a few weeks ago, let me give you the backstory. I was watching the podcast on YouTube, The Diary of a CEO. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with it. And he had on a guest, Dr. Tara Swart. And she was talking about this exact thing. And in the teaser for the video, he said, "How sure are you that we can communicate with people who have passed away?" And she said, 100%. So I sat down to watch it, and she said, "You have to look for the signs." And she just wrote a book called Signs, and it is about this. So after watching the podcast, I put it out there to look for a sign. And I said to my mom and dad, if you are watching over me and guiding me, which I wanted that assurance because I'm making some big moves in my life. And I said, if you are helping me and guiding me and watching over me, I want to see two cardinals together. And the way I pictured it in my mind was two cardinals, sitting on a little branch together. And I knew that wasn't an easy thing to see. So that's why I said I want two cardinals together. I pictured them on a branch. Skip to last week. I'm having lunch with my brother, and we're talking about my mom's estate because my mom died in March, as in 5 months ago. And we were talking about her estate and some drama we've been having with all of that. And I happened to look up at the TV that was in the corner of the room, and on the TV, the St. Louis Cardinals were on, and the camera was zoomed in on the pitcher's uniform, the pitcher from like here up, and his uniform was this. I immediately, my eyes filled with tears, and my brother's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Hold on, it's good." I had to chew and swallow my food while I'm trying not to cry. And so I tell him, I said, I saw this podcast, and after the podcast, I said, I want to see two cardinals together. And I mean, they're sitting on a bat, but it looks like a branch. So that was the first thing, and I was really excited about it. So I wanted to do it again. Now, my mother was obsessed with her Keurig coffee machine. She loved it so much. It was like she was just obsessed with that coffee machine. I said, "All right, Mom, I want to see a Keurig machine somehow. Like I want, whether it's an ad for it or it pops up in my social media feed or something. I don't know. I want to see a Keurig machine." Skip to yesterday. Helping my friend who's moving into a new apartment, and we're getting all the odds and ends out of her old apartment, and she had all this stuff on this outside table that she was just getting rid of. Please meet my cat. So she had a bottle in a box of Escada perfume, and that was one of my mom's favorite perfumes. So I said, "Oh, can I have this?" It was one of my mom's favorites. She said, "Of course." So I opened the box. I sprayed the perfume. I put the perfume back into the box and set it down on what? The Keurig machine that she was getting rid of. Now, I know there are some people that will say, "Oh, that's all just coincidence." It is not a coincidence. We have no idea of the power of our minds, of our energy, of the spiritualistic nature of the universe. We have no idea. So but when you have experiences like that, it really does enforce or reinforce the belief that we can. And so when Dr. Tara had said that, she's a neuroscientist, she's a psychologist or a psychiatrist or something, when someone that well-educated, that smart about our brains and so many other things has an experience like that, enough to write a book about it, then I have these experiences, it's hard not to believe. So I wanted to put this on a video for other people who are wondering whether we can. Believe it, you can. It's possible. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please put it in the comments. I love to talk about things like this, and I'm trying to figure out what to talk about on this channel because it's challenging to grow a following when you're just starting. So anyway, if you like this video and you want to talk more about this, let me know, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.